right, googly moogly. What's up, everybody? It is Monday night. That means we're discussing the photogenic figures that went up in the past week that are going to look phenomenal under your lights and in front of your lenses. So that's what I got as far as the question for tonight for the replay crew. What did you see in the past week that you're going to love taking photos of? I'll be honest, there was not a lot that went up for pre-order this past week where I'm like, ooh, man, that would be really good for under the lights, in front of the lenses, and all that stuff. And I'm expecting it's not going to get too much crazier between now and January 1st, just because we've got the holidays coming up. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to have some crazy cool stuff to talk about. So, beyond that first question of what went up for pre-order that you're super stoked to take pictures of, what are your most recent pickups? That's right, kids. We're talking pickups as well. Now, let's check in with the chat, see how everybody's doing. Skew Raider, what's going on, man? Grazie as always for showing up. What's up, Star? Good to see you. Whoo, Mr. Spencer. Hola, man. Good to see you tonight, too. All right. We're all just here having fun, doing our thing. What's up, Mirage? Good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, boy. I just keep seeing things. All right. We've got one from Star here. Pre-orders? You mean like no Jada Edge runners again? Wait for people. I would like to get some news on those edge runners. This is definitely something I'd like to hear about as well. Ahoy, shipwreck. See what I did there? Wreck ship, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Alrighty. So, everybody, did you pick up anything that was incredibly fancy before we get into all the stuff? And no, this is not a big bottle of wine, although it looks like it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever get the Pellegrino sparkling water stuff, know this. It looks like a giant bottle, but it is only 5.3 ounces more than a 20-ounce Coke or whatever you get at the mini mart. So, yeah, it looks huge, but this has to be some really thick glass. I'm going to take a quick swig. And yes, we are going to discuss a certain dragon that showed up that is probably going to weigh a little more than 25.3 fluid ounces. Although that dragon's not going to come carbonated. I'm just saying that's a negative right off the bat. Toys, action figures, they need to start coming carbonated. I don't know what that means, but I'm going with it. Mr. Spencer, my latest. I've got some stuff I haven't opened, old stuff mostly, but I'm focused on the Dragonfly right now. I saw the picture. I think you posted a second one as well that I didn't like on Twitter. My bad. But I did see the pic that you posted of Sergeant Slaughter just looking up at the box like, whoa. I thought that was pretty quality stuff, John. All right. Let's keep this party going, shall we? Dragonfly got here Saturday. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Hope Rex Ship got theirs too, or on the way. That's something, everybody. Has everybody gotten their shipping notice yet? Anybody that's ordered the Dragonfly, even if you don't have it, have you gotten your shipping notice? Let's see, fancy water. It's not very expensive fancy water, though. This was only $2 something. It's just bubbly. I'm trying not to do so much caffeine at night. See, my Dragonfly did indeed arrive Sunday morning. Awesome, Wreck Ship. That's awesome to hear, man. Congratulations. Hola, Tragic. Thank you for stopping by. I assume you've got your Dragonfly there as well. Let's see. Anyone know when the next Tamashii Nations event is? I heard that it's this weekend. SHF is supposed to show off their prototypes for Lord of the Rings. I'm not sure when their next event is, when the next thing that they would show up is. But holidays work differently on that side of the world. So it could be Anytime. That's true. I sit there and I say, "Ooh, I don't know that we're going to get much from between now and New Year's, but that's just domestic companies. Forget all the imports. We might still get quite a bit from them, especially since they've got Chinese New Year, since China's got that coming in. You're going to get a lot of those companies trying to knock their stuff out in a hurry. And I mean, since everybody has their toys made in China and there's no holiday to get in the way, seemingly, possibly, I'm not sure how holidays work all over there. But if there is no Christmas equivalent and all that stuff, they're still going to be working from now through Chinese New Year to get stuff out to us. So this could be a crazy time for the imports. Yes, I hope everybody, let's see, I hope everybody's gets to everybody soon. Also, just all items arrive safely. We've only heard good things about that, I hope. I haven't been on much this weekend to find out what's up with all that. Ghost Tab, what's going on, man? I just finished watching the season finale of The Penguin. Show is a masterpiece. I was thinking about that. I know Skeleton Crew's coming on, and I'm generally an early adopter when it comes to Star Wars and Marvel projects. But I don't think I'm gonna be that for Skeleton Crew. I think I'm gonna wait for reviews. I think is what I'm gonna do, just based on how much I enjoyed the last show. But if the reviews come out and they're good, I'll definitely check it out. Let's see, Grats on the Dragonfly. Oh boy. Grats. I have a lot of pickups recently. I actually got two, in fact, 2 days ago. All Gunpla, though. That is okay, Mirage. Nothing wrong with Gunpla. Or Gunpla? Gunpla? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. It's the bad nerd in me. I got my Dragonflight at day. My notice came in last night at 11 p.m. Wow. All right. Well, they're definitely fast shippers. That's good to know. Yeah, man, I only have heard good things about the Penguin. I'm thinking I got to get rid of Disney Plus and maybe HBO Max is what I need to get. I don't know. I've been buying more and more SHF Star Wars just to be buying something in anticipation for SHF Lord of the Rings and Jada Edge Runners. See, I haven't fallen into that trap yet where it's like, ooh, time to buy a lot of stuff since nothing's coming out. But and maybe I have because I've been trying to play catch up on some stuff I've missed. In fact, I saw the SHF Darth Vader on, I think it was BBTS, and I thought, ooh, I should probably order that. All right, let's see. What do we got from our boy Wreck Ship? I'm going to need to invest in some solid bendy wire to hold up my flyers to have them fighting against or fighting alongside the Dragonfly. I wonder I wonder what you can do as far as a crazy scene. Like you guys have seen, or if you've seen some of the stuff that I've been doing from time to time, because I need to make more videos. But I use copper wire to stand up my figures. Copper wire, at least the gauge I have, is not going to hold up something like a vehicle. So I'm wondering, you almost got to make a hook out of like almost coat hanger material, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about all that stuff, but yeah, some strong fishing line or something to get, like, say, Nemesis Immortal or Enforcer against the Dragonfly, huh? Huh? I know he's your favorite. Let's see, that whole cast is ace, especially Young Oz. Ooh, dang. And old Oz. Nolan, what's going on, man? Thank you for stopping in. Whoo! Wow, look at that. Everybody, so much fun. Sup, Harry, man. What's going on? Sup, posers. I like it. And I should know what that's from. Let's see. There are several figs I'm interested in. I'm just holding off to make sure I have enough funds for multiples of my top 2 or 3 favorites. I got it, Star. That makes sense. I think so. The last things I pre-ordered were, I told you guys last week, it was the Hyper Bomb Mega Man and the Player 2, the White Ken. So I'm still waiting on those. Those are supposed to release this month, but I'm not sure. We're closing in on halfway through November, guys. How nuts is that? Raj, Tamashii Nation showed a lot of SHF almost daily, especially for the recent event that they are having now. They showed a Garo SHF, which has been a long time since the last. Garo, I don't know. I'll have to see. That must be on Instagram because I wasn't coming across that at all on either BBTS or on Entertainment Earth when I was looking at those spots. So maybe they just didn't go up for pre order yet, but we'll see if we can find them in the news section. Mr. Spencer, I need to advise everyone to be careful with the side doors for the canopies for the dragonfly. One of mine already broke. Oh, wow, John. Ooh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully Hasbro's on it. Yeah, that sucks. What is up, Jose? Thank you for stopping by, man. Ghost have. I can't wait for the Skeleton Crew toy wave to arrive at my Ollie's. We'll see. We'll see. I do hope. I want Star Wars to be awesome. I do. And most of the animated stuff I've been okay with. I was thinking more of angling the Dragon Force on the base it comes with and figuring out a way to have Raptor attacking it. Oh, okay. So you could have like a table set up. Well, yeah, then, Rekship, okay, so years ago, and this is totally, it's not toy related, but it's potential display your toys related. So I did an image where it was supposed to be gaskets like going around an engine block, but there was no engine block. And the way I made it happen is I had a table and I was setting the gaskets up in there. I had a lot of product specialists that were coming in and saying, you want to flip it this way, flip it that way, and all that. And the way I was able to put everything together was fishing line coming down from the ceiling. And fishing line is incredibly easy to Photoshop out of something if you're going to try and do that. And I would think that you could do that on some of those apps as well. So I would say some fishing line, if depending on the ceiling you've got, if you've got just like I was in kind of it was sort of an industrial office. So it had one of those tile things, like a tile ceiling sort of deal, but it had holes punched all through it. So I was able to wire or to put the fishing line through all those holes to make it all work and tie it all together. But maybe something like that, if you've got something that's comparable to make that happen. And man, that project was irritating. But it was, when I was done, I was really stoked about it, but it was tough to put together. I don't think Raptor would be so bad. Everything's okay so far, Jose. How you doing, man? Ooh, all right. So why don't we'll get a couple more of these going. See, and even a figure of Takumi before he transforms into Kamen Rider Faiz, which is quite the surprise. Faiz? I need to learn things. The Mythic Dragon preview looks amazing. You know what, Jose? Let's jump to that right now. Let me share the screen here with you folks because I think this thing's amazing. All I did was I typed Mythic Legion's Dragon. I clicked latest. Has everybody seen this thing? Like, look at that. Let me click on the image so we can make it a little larger. No, that didn't really make it a little larger, but at least it took everything else off the screen. That thing is ridiculous and incredibly rad. Like, I don't think anybody's going to say this thing's going to be, crappy. Like, it's awesome. And it's the first big time dragon I think we've seen. Somebody, let's see, what was that? Let's see, John, wait. Sorry guys, I'm already missing a bunch of tweets. Somebody said that's going to be one expensive dragon. I think you're right. Let's see, who was that? That was Jose. Yep, there you go, Jose. I think you're absolutely right. Somebody I heard today saying $300 to $400, but when you see the size of it, I'd be willing to bet you're talking closer to 450 or 500. And I know that not everybody's going to be a big fan of that, but oh, this thing is ridiculous. And the paint that's going to be required on this. I want to find somebody put out a picture of the size of this thing, and I saw it. So it's basically scaled to your Mythic Legions, or most, I'd say, 1/12 scale figures fit. We're saying scale as we're looking at a dragon. But yeah, look at that. This thing's ridiculous. And this was clearly the big news of the weekend. Let me see if I can find that comparison picture while we're talking about all this. Ooh, this thing is a beast. Ah, I said Mythic Legion's dragon, you fiends. Oof, that's a serious shot. And I know because I saw the picture I'm looking for on X, so it's got to be here somewhere. It's like everybody gets a hold of the same image and they just keep posting it as I'm going through. Look at this. Here's a good, like, this isn't the one I was looking for, but there's a good shot of the whole thing. And I think, oh, here we go. That's the one I was looking for. Look at that. So if you guys haven't seen this image yet, if you look pretty close to, I don't know, just right of the middle there, you've got the Mythic Legion's horse standing next to this thing. And then you've got more of their 1/12 scale stuff standing next to the horse. You've got, what is this? Is that an orc? I'm not well versed in Mythic Legions, but I know that's a big figure. And you're looking at, I think they said with the tail like this is like a 31-inch pose. Like this thing, once you expand the tail or extend the tail, I think this is a 3 foot wide or a 3 foot long dragon. This thing's ridiculous. And I love everything about it. The only thing that I guess I'm not going to say I don't really like what I'm seeing here. The only thing I wish it had, and this would be insane for display purposes, so I get not doing it and maybe releasing it down the line, but I wish it had spread out wings as well. But if I were to get the dragon, it would be my first Mythic Legion, so they really don't need to listen to me at all. But this thing's ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to start back here, guys. Sorry, we're missing a whole ton of chats, but I want to try and keep up with what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Be careful with the hips. Uh-oh. See, then I go and I miss stuff. That's the problem. That's the real problem with doing this kind of stuff. Let's see. All the Mythic Legions on pre-order are amazing. Woo. Jose, I'm going to need a lot of space. Yeah, you're going to need a lot of space and you're going to need a couple bucks. That's for sure. Let's see. Excuse for the retro. Star. Clear plastic strikes again. That stuff has never worked. Why do companies keep using it? Oh, is that the dragonfly you guys are talking about still? That's rough. Nothing. Oh, you don't think so, huh, Jose? I don't know. I did hear the thing I was listening to today said they're going to rotocast some of it, or they want to rotocast some of it. And so I thought if they do that, that might be the neck and it might be the main body. And if that is, I believe that's a cheaper process, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And if they're able to do that, I can see the $450 to $500. But no matter what you're into, this dragon could truly be like the centerpiece of your collection. Like, I'm not even into sword and sorcery, and I'm looking at this dragon just thinking, holy crap, that thing's rad. Raj, Hasbro is always cutting corners. It's just, let's see, more blatant nowadays, especially with the recent firings. The CEO outright said the company is streamlining after all. Not only that, but they're talking cutting costs. And a lot of times when they cut costs like beyond, I mean, I don't know how many people run their own thing or have their own business, but if you do, you realize that the number one expense is employees. So if you can get to the point where you can cut some of your costs that way, it sucks for sure. You don't want to do it. But if you're a publicly traded company and you tell people you're going to make X amount, that's what you're going to do. And then to try and clean up the rest that you're not making, you're going to cut corners on your stuff. It's just too bad that Hasbro has put itself in a position to have to do that because I think it really hurts the brand. It hurts all the brands they're working on. Let's see. Yep. Ship. Oh, for sure. They're going to do retro card backs at Rip and Crazy Legs. Even if they don't, are those guys? Yeah. Are those guys totally like, are the molds completely classic designs? I love that dragon. Will go great with Cocaine Bear. Oh, God. Now imagine this thing on the. You don't want a dragon. You don't want a coked up dragon, kids. Yeah, this thing's, I think the measurement is 30 or 3 feet, honestly. Like when you fully expand the tail, I think something I was hearing said 3 feet. Tragic. Dragon looks awesome. My only complaint is that there's no LED in the flame effector coming from the mouth, but no worries. Leave it to me. I was just going to say, tragic. Of all the people that would complain about it, I don't think it's you. You can make it happen. That'll be insane if you get him and you do make it happen, though. Ooh, that dragon does indeed look hella sick. And the wings span 30 inches wide. That's right. I forgot about that. Let's see. I'm tempted by the snake figures they showed off. I missed the snake figures. I'm gonna have to look at some of that. I truly like the dragon totally grabbed me, and I didn't even look at anything else. For what they're doing, they don't have much of a choice. That's why I'm not angry. Any other fix I can think of would be more expensive since it would require a full metal pin and all. It's tough because you could do molded plastic and just glue a clear piece on the inside of the molded plastic. So I just don't know. I don't know the expense of that extra step and all that stuff, you know? Yeah, I don't think anybody can wait to see that. Why am I not surprised? I think they're wanting to move away from being a toy company only. I think you might be right, Star. It seems that way. It seems they're really trying to move into games. Troll. Okay, Jose, thank you. I couldn't remember which it was. Let's see. Tail has articulation too. Fire. Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing's insane. Like this is the big deal right here as far as I'm concerned. Main question on the dragon is the price. Looks expensive. Yeah, that's who knows. Tell you what, guys, answer me this. How much is the horse and how much is the troll? Or how much were they when they came out? We might be able to gather some info from that. Yeah, and Hasbro is moving somewhere, I believe, in like a college area, presumably to hire more younger people, but it doesn't seem to be for any good reasons. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. From what I understand, they're moving, if not in, they're moving towards Boston. Ooh, which does have plenty of colleges and all that stuff, but I don't know that kids are necessary. The reason that you hire really young people is something is happening really fast and you think they're the only ones that can handle it, which oftentimes isn't the case, but sometimes is. Or if you bring in a lot of entry level people, you're not paying them as much money as you are the old guard. So those are basically the reasons to do it. Dragon might go for 700 and up. I don't know. I mean, I hope not. I hope not, because at some point, I'm just not sure. I don't know that 700 is a starter for a lot of people, but I'm not sure. Do you think you'd prefer Hasbro to release fewer items with a higher quality? I would. I'm wondering if I'm in the minority. Star, I think a lot of people want that, but there is something to making a little more money with a little more quantity. At the same time, the way they do it really seems to hurt them. So I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I had the numbers in front of me. Whole lot of relationships are going to be. This is true, Harry. This is true. Thanks, man. It will be done because depending on the price, I might get two. Tragic, you're a sick man, and I can't wait to see it. I heard the dragon, by the way, will be crowdfunded. Not sure if true or not, but reasonable and HasLab at least. We'll see. I mean, I know one thing that I know has gone quite a bit up as far as manufacturing costs are concerned is paint. And that thing's loaded with paint. So we'll see. Man, I would love it. I would love it if the Four Horsemen got just a comic license if they worked on adding articulation to the elbows and the knees. If they did that, I would love them to have those licenses. Obviously, they've done DC before. Hearing 400 to 500 maybe for the dragon is guesses, but that's hella suspect chatter. Scuttlebutt. Guessing only sounds right. Maybe. I mean, you're absolutely right. My thought on the 500 is if they're correct that it's going to be rotocast, I do think that's a cheaper production. Again, I'm not 100% sure on that. But if they do that, there's a question between like, will people pay that much? Like, if you see, a lot of people are sitting there talking about the Super 7, the deluxe figures, right? The ones like Lion-O and Monkey-M that have just come out. And they're saying for that same amount of price or that same amount, I can get a figure from NECA that is more articulated, has way more accessories, all this stuff. So why would I get this? And so it's going to have to knock the doors off the joint, you know? But again, we talked about how the Cat's Lair is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime item, and if you love Thundercats, you should probably get it. That might be the same deal with the dragon here, or you probably should have gotten it. Now we're talking about that with the Mondo Real Ghostbusters, but that might be something with a dragon. Although, I have to say, if it does super well, I'm sure we'll see repaints in the future. And I don't know how big the Mythics community is. So help me out with all that. And now, I keep babbling and the chat keeps moving. Okay, guys, I'm going to skip a bunch more. My apologies. All right, Jose, unless Mythic Legions can do a Build-A-Figure dragon, maybe cheaper. Man, can you imagine, like, the troll? They'd have to only do trolls for Build-A-Figure parts. John, not really. Their prices are already on the high side for what you get. Oh, man, this dragon is the size of a toddler. It is. It's like having your own Galactus. Dragon's awesome, but I can't afford or store it, so I only gave it a cursory glance. Yeah, I'm curious about the price. I doubt I'll end up with it. It depends on how a few things go in the coming months, but it supposedly is going to be put up in January. Let's see, they are, Dave. Easy repaints for Rip and Crazy Legs. Awesome, Skew. Thanks for letting me know. Crazy Legs, highly recommended. They can double check the hips on re-release just at the Savage Land so far, but the bodies are really ready for repaints. Yes. Okay, cool beans, Skew. I appreciate the heads up. Let's see. Mythic Legions could do God of War. Mythic Legions could kill it with God of War. That's true. Star, that dragon is really nice, but looks like it's going to have serious handling issues. It's so big as to be awkward to manipulate. Looks more like a showpiece only. It could be. That could be the deal with it. That's kind of how Galactus is. Galactus is huge, and I took a photo of him, what, a couple months ago at this point, I think. And it was a pain to get him in the pose, and it wasn't like it was a super tough pose, but it was tough to do. And the dragon might have the same thing going on. My 3-0 Transformers teeter on that edge as well. Aw. You don't want that to happen. You want to be able to use them. That's why you get the MDLX instead of the DLX. The ones that have a star screen. What the plastic? What's going on? Hey, man, I just wanted to come by and say hi because my mom grounded me. Sorry, I can't stay. Dude, it's okay. What the plastic? You're good, man. And don't worry, you won't always be grounded. So I'll be here on Mondays and Thursdays. You're welcome to show up. Well, I was going to say anytime, but Mondays and Thursdays mostly. See, between 150 to 200 on the horse and or the troll, right? Let's see. The troll was between 150 to 200. Ooh. See, math is mathing. Oh God, I hate when that happens. Starting around 400 to 500, still a good guess from the peeps, especially with rotocasting. But that's the only thing. Like if it's not rotocast, yeah, I think Jose's guess at around 700. I wish I knew more. Like I feel like I'm just guessing here. I mean, I am, but I feel like I'm guessing without enough knowledge to make an educated guess. I could see the Four Horsemen doing several color schemes for that dragon mold: red, black, blue, etc. Maybe add a few minor modifications. Imagine this thing in black with yellow eyes. That would be sweet. With like a gray underbelly or something. Or maybe, oh, I don't know, like an orange. Like this orange maybe. Like maybe just change what's green on it to black. That'd look ridiculous. Or maybe like a really dark gray. Ooh. Ooh. I love this dragon, guys. I think it looks sweet. Oops, what did I just do? Hang on. My bad, people. See. It is. See, I can put Hulk versus his dragon diorama. Oh, that would be sweet. Mythic Legions can do Fin Fang Boom. That was the first thing I thought, actually, especially when I saw it was green. Anton, what's up? Oh, please let there be orcs. I need to learn more about all this stuff. The shipping will be expensive. You know what? That's true. Depending on how they decide to ship it. I wonder, or they'll bake the shipping into the price and say free shipping. Like maybe it's like $700, but with free shipping. Star Fantasy thought here. Dragons? Anyone besides me really hoping for SHF to do a giant dragon smaug for their LOTR line. Yeah, I know it's from The Hobbit, but just let me have this one. I would be good with that. I don't know. Has SHF, do they really do much that's outside of just 1/12 scale figures? Shipping will not be trivial. This is true. This actually, you bringing up shipping has me thinking what they might say is something like $700 and free shipping, or $650 and free shipping. Like a Blizzard Dragon. Is that what the black and orange would be? We need a writer for this dragon. Oh man, there would be plenty of figures to make that happen. That's for sure. See, I want Dragons. Hang on, got to push the button. I want Dragon's Lair one offset, maybe Jada, Yellow Park, SHF, somebody, Bueller. Dragon's Lair. Was Dragon's Lair Hanna-Barbera? Or because it was a cartoon, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't fault that call at all. Skew would be dope too with treasure trove, gold bed stand. Oh dear. All right, Mirage. SHF is technically non-scale, actually. They don't say anywhere officially that they are 1/12. That's lame. Come on, SHF. Get with the program, man. All right. All right, we've been on the dragon for quite some time. The dragon is very red. This is very true. But now I want to head over to, we're going to look at Entertainment Earth real quick. Oh, look at this, guys. Okay, if anybody needs Odin, sale price $47.99. He's in stock, and if you use code Toypixx, you'll get an additional 10% off. I like Odin. I don't like Odin enough to buy him. So if you dig him and you've been waiting for his price to go lower, this is going to be $47.99 minus basically $480. So what's that? $43.19. So $43.19 plus tax, and you get free shipping. So if you're after this guy, head to Entertainment Earth, use code Toypixx, and go for it. You save money. It's always good to save money, I figure. But that's not why I came here. I want to go to the action figures. And you know what? I think first, oops, I did not want to go to Funko. Everybody don't judge me because I just clicked Funko. But don't worry, you haven't even seen anything I'm doing yet. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Stop screen. We will now share screen. Great googly moogly. All right, now I wanted to start here because these are up. I don't know if anybody's really excited about these. These are not what I would consider photogenic figures. But again, like I usually say when Star Wars Black Series puts something out, I think the sculpts are amazing. It's the articulation and the fact that they don't come with a lot of extra stuff that drives me crazy, like extra hands and things like that. So those are things to kind of think about if you're into this. Plus, we don't know about Skeleton Crew. Is it going to be awesome? I'm just not sure, but it does seem that people are kind of into this figure just because of the look of him. So, hey, we'll see what happens with that. But now let's head back to the chat real quick. Sadly, no, not that I'm aware of. I've only seen them do 1/12 scale. First time for everything, though. That's what I'm wondering. I'd like to see, I guess, what? I mean, I guess Smog would still be 1/12 scale, but it would be huge. Like, would it be anything that is a figure? Like, well, have they done anything outside of just a regular figure that you think of? Golly, I'm opening the Dragonfly and I might wire in some LEDs to the port and starboard part of the wings, red, green. You know you got to make it happen, Tragic, but be careful with those doors, it sounds like. Careful with that canopy. We need a Ghost Rider dragon. Oh, I did not know there was a Ghost Rider dragon. Okay, makes sense because they do lines like Ultraman, which certainly would be way bigger if they are truly 1/12. That's fair. That's fair. That's why I don't talk much about Ultraman. I'm like, is this really what something is that would fit in with our other stuff? It was a cartoon well after the video game. Okay, Star, that was me wondering because I swore I saw Dragon's Lair like a cartoon. I'm just wondering if it was Hanna-Barbera because then, hey, it sounds like it's fair game for Jada. Danris, figure 2. Now is the time to make one for the dragon. Daenerys. Wait, I don't know. Bad nerd. That's a bad nerd, Dave. Bad nerd. Got it. Don Bluth. Oh, Bluth had skills. Yellow Park did a great Optimus Prime the last night 1/12 scale. Did they do? No, Yellow Park didn't do 1/12 scale, did they? They did it last night, but wasn't it? It's not 1/12. Like, that would be huge if they made that night 1/12, I think. Dragon Slayer. I got you, Skew. I got you. That smog idea is killing me. Let's see. Nice, Jose. Nice. I don't know about that one. Star. That star. Add arrow from Bard to put in hole in the chest scales. Great. Googly moogly. All right. We're going to skip a few here, guys. Let's see. Brown Wolverine's awesome. I've heard that CT Toys Wolvie's pretty good. I need to check out a review to see what people are really saying. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to open the side doors on it, but if I break it, I think I can get a pin to pop in there. Let's see. Anton, sorry, that was Dom Blood that did Dragon's Lair. Ah, great. Googly moogly. Oh, see, that's me not watching my Game of Thrones, guys. Daenerys, let's see, is the Game of Thrones Mother of Dragons, Hottie Amelia Clark. If they do it right with good body, Savage Crucible, or Brutal, maybe a tribute figure. Got it. Amelia Clark. She was the way overpowered person in Secret Invasion, right? Skew, if I master this, I will be more than happy to do it for yours. I'm north of Chicago if you're local. Oh, now we're having fun. Tragic does good work, ladies and gents. In case you didn't think Skeleton Crew is not Goonies in space, they have the villain using pirate guns. That's fair. That's fair. Just in case people were wondering and they were curious, but you're not wrong. Yeah, so I don't know, guys. Let me know if you're interested in even looking at these things. I'm going to just get out of this. I'll click a couple others. I would say the one that's just totally unique, like they all just look like regular humans. I don't know. Like, I don't think this is the fault of the Black Series team. I think it's just the design of the characters. Like, they just look like kids. And this one looks like it's from Star Trek or X-Men more so than Star Wars. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to judge it before somebody else comes out and judges it and says whether or not I should watch it. But from a character design standpoint, they just, I don't know. I don't know. Like, this just looks like it could be a kid on any planet just going to school. Like, there's nothing, and maybe that's what it is. But I feel like the character design is lacking. Let me head back to the old StreamYard and see what people are chatting here. Egad, it's not. Okay, hold on, hold on. Oh boy, see that? Oh, send the cockpit part. All right, Skeleton Crew is closer to the anime. Let's see, what is it called? Vifam, with both having similar themes. Oh boy. Anton, they should do a Secret of Nim action figure line. I would definitely buy that. Those creatures, can you imagine trying to articulate some of those with how thin some of the proportions are, or how thin some of the body is? That would be crazy. Is it strange for someone to not care at all for sword and sorcery material but love Lord of the Rings? I feel like there's something wrong with me. No, you're good, Star. Here's the thing, I'm not into sword and sorcery so much, but for whatever reason, I've always liked the King Arthur tale. You know, so I get exactly what you're saying. We're good. But guys, check this out. So I wanted to let you know, if I look up right now at the count, this is depressing. It makes me sad because I love Star Wars. But we started talking about Star Wars and the count's going down of the people that are watching. That's horrible. That's horrible. Let's see. There's a rumor of an ultimate. Ah, shoot, went away. Ultimate Hulk Marvel Legends to come out. Oh, maybe it would be cool. Never seen the anime. Skeleton Crew would cross over with Mando at some point. Should be good. I hope so. I hope so. Okay, let's get out of these here because yeah, that was about it. I just I'm so jaded about it right now, and I don't like being jaded about Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Okay, now let's just go to straight up action figures. You know what? Let's click it. Let's click Warbird, the Dark Avengers figure here. Normally, you guys know that I wouldn't generally talk about a Marvel Legends figure in photogenic figures, but here's the thing, she does qualify. Her only problem is that there's no ball peg at her waist because that would make the movement so much more natural. But everything else about her, like check it out. She's got an extra head. She's got extra hands. She's got parts effects, like effect parts, parts effects, whatever, you know. Like she's a good figure. And the waist thing, I know not everybody has that same thought about the waist as I do. So you might be looking at this saying, whoa, I'm kind of stunned to see her here. But on the old grading scale I used to use, she'd probably get a 6 out of 7. I might try and make it more a 5 out of 7 because there's not much paint. But again, I have to think about the times we're living in, and paint is pricey. So I maybe wouldn't hit them too hard with it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Without seeing what Hasbro expects its profit margin to be, I just don't know what to say about that. Did you guys get the regular Warbird figure? And if so, what did you think of it? I mean, the legs, look at this. Look at the muscle definition going on in the leg there. That's actually really cool. Like, that looks like a good sculpt. And that's a sweet shot right there, too. Yeah, those legs are amazing. Like, that's a strong warbird. Don't mess with her. But yeah, I actually think this is pretty good, which surprises me, but I think it looks good. I think they did a good job. Anton, I've always liked Sword and Sorcery Star. It's always cool, but I love King Arthur. Hellboy has a lot of in it. Really? I need to check out more Hellboy, it seems. Raj, yeah, it is relatively quite old, so can't blame ya. Ah, that's the anime. See, I'm skipping around and still able to keep up. I'm pretty awesome. I'm not. I'm not. I'm trying to figure this all out right now. I'm actually kind of interested in Skeleton Crew. Goonies in Space sounds great, and I hope it is. I do. In fact, John, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait to watch it till I have another one of these live streams, and you folks can tell me whether or not I should watch it. That's kind of how I'm going to do it, I think. Like right now, the only thing I want to watch that's not a movie I've seen a zillion times is The Penguin. Skeleton Crew better get a Baby Yoda to make it fun. Hopefully, one with a skateboard. Baby Yoda with a skateboard? That would make me happy. That would be good times. Ghost to have weird body for articulation. No waist spin on her. I totally agree. I totally agree. But for Marvel Legends, what they've done with her is pretty good. It's just for most collectibles, she doesn't seem to do much, you know? I can't get past that face. She looks like she just got caught walking around the house in that outfit. Hang on, hang on. I got to go check that out now that you said that. I can see that now. Oh dear. Okay, Harry. Warbird's torso being all red, the lower articulation shouldn't look too bad. It shouldn't look too bad. I do agree with that. But when you It's the musculature. Honestly, if she had a body that weren't sculpted so well in the ab area, it would be fine. Also, like if you guys try bending, say at the waist and leaning side to side, look at what I'm doing. You do it from your waist. So in my head, whenever they're making Marvel Legend here, if they can only do one point of articulation, it should be the ball peg waist. And if they can do 2 points of articulation, they should do what they do with GI Joe. But 1 point, if you can only do one, and I know they've got two here, but I'm just saying, if you can only do one, because that's been proven a few times for them, I think it should be the waist articulation, because it's actually work to try and move your diaphragm without moving your waist or moving at the waist, I guess. Don't mind the paint on her since the costume seems accurate. Yeah, and that's something I have to think about with some of this stuff too. Most impressive female Marvel Legends figure in some time. I do have that first Black Widow. I'm a big fan of that, or the first one, the first super articulated, as they put it. Black Widow trailer for Mando movie has Grogu and seen in a ship with a little mechanical alien dudes from the D23 Brazil. That part looks hilarious, good and fire. Rest looks good too. I am gonna have to look that up. I am excited for Mando and Grogu, I have to say. Anton, let's see, read the storm and fury turns on, or read the storm and fury. Turns out Hellboy is a descendant of King Arthur. Really? That's sweet. Oh, I did see that. I forgot to bring that up, Jose. Sometimes I just don't think about things because I got it and it seemed like it was really easy to come by for a while. So I just didn't even think about it. But you're right. I won't be able to watch it anytime soon. Just started an Altered Carbon rewatch. Oh, John, you're killing me. Yeah, hopefully some other people will help me out. On the bright side, Skeleton Crew can't be worse than that show which shall not be named. Seriously, like I feel like every time I see that, I want to go on a rant, and I can't do it anymore. I'm all ranted out. We'll tell you the scoop on Skeleton Crew, Dave. I can't wait, Skew. I can't wait to see what you guys think. Harry, no one needs more than YouTube for entertainment. It seems to be going that way, doesn't it? It's really crazy. Skew, y'all nailed Transformers 1 for me. I enjoyed it. Chat always looks out. Dude, Transformers 1 was so good, and I've heard rumors that they're talking about the others. It's like, or like the another two movies, kind of like, it's kind of like, I don't know that they recognized it. It's like they recognized that that first trailer really turned a lot of people off, and they want to make sure to do much better with the next movie, but still they're down at least $25 million from what they spent to get this thing made and marketed, I believe. Obviously, I don't see anything concrete, but it's probably more than that, honestly, because I hear that a movie's production budget is usually what's reported. And from what I understand, you generally need about 2.5 to 3 times the production budget to start making your money back. So 2 times would be $150 million. 2.5 would be what? More like 175 or so. So no, that's wrong. 187.5. So they made about 2/3 of what they needed to make, probably, to start making their money back. But hopefully they'll realize that the people that did see it loved it, and the reason more didn't see it is because we blew the marketing, and they make those adjustments. I'm really hoping, because I love that movie. We got you, Skew. No worries, man. Jose, RoboCop 3 Hot Toys with Peter Weller's face looks amazing. See, I don't usually talk Hot Toys. We might check that. Peter Weller's, yeah, he has one of those faces that seems that people can nail it. Rookie mistake. You go to Ollie's for Star Wars figures, not Target. Oh, Ghost Tab. I mean, you're not wrong. But you notice you don't see Black Series Darth Vader and Mando at Ollie's. And I've looked at Ollie's a few times. Don't see those. Those seem to be the ones where Black Series has figured out these guys are super popular. We got to keep them on the shelves. Skeleton Crew is in the right time period and has a good premise, same as Mando's Ahsoka time for crossovers. I did not know that. I didn't know where it was as far as timeline. All right, we've been on Warbird long enough. Let's get out of here. But I do think she looks pretty good. I won't hold it against anybody if they want to pick up a Warbird. Now, we've got these, and I don't tend to talk about, this is really weird because this one, the Red Hood, is a 6-inch figure, but they're doing this like it's part of the same wave. Maybe it is, but generally I wouldn't talk about that one just because of the line that it's part of, but I would talk about Shazam. So let's kind of go through here. The plus side with Red Hood here, though, look at all those accessories. I mean, if that thing had better articulation, that thing would win many, many things. And I don't know if he's a new figure or if he's something that DC Direct did way back when. I'm just not sure. So let me know in the chat. But we're going to go past him straight to Shazam. With Shazam, he's more DC Multiverse style. Now he's got an accessory, he's got 2 fists, all that. And if McFarlane Toys is really stepping it up with their articulation, then he could very well be a 6 out of 7 figure and be quite photogenic. He was one that I wanted to bring up in tonight's chat because of that. I think he looks good. I have no problems with him. It's just, you never know with McFarlane as far as articulation goes. And I know a lot of you have heard me say that multiple times in the past, but in case you're watching for the first time, sometimes McFarlane stuff, the articulation is incredible, and sometimes it's not. It's the one area I think Marvel Legends has them beat, is even if they don't have great points of articulation, you know what the figures are going to do. You're never quite sure what the figures are going to do with McFarlane stuff. But I think he looks good. Now let's get out of here. Keep chatting away when it comes to these things. But he is sold out. Like the only way to get Shazam right now, and I looked on Amazon and Entertainment Earth, check BBTS, guys. I can't believe I didn't think to check them. Check them for Shazam. They might have him. And then we've got this Superman who's basically comic style Christopher Reeve. I don't know what to think about this. This is very strange to me. I think if I were to get one, I would just straight up get the regular Christopher Reeve. Oh my gosh. I swear I yawn and I'm not that tired. Fortunately, there's fancy water. But yeah, again, I haven't seen reviews for the Christopher Reeve, if he's even out yet, so I don't know how well this thing works. I never like it when McFarlane Toys does the comic shading. This looks better than most of the times they do it. I just think they chose a weird figure to do it too. But he would still be up there just because I don't know what you need from Superman. He's holding kryptonite in one of his hands at least. So he would be photogenic. I would qualify him as that. And I'm still on the fence. Tell me, Transformers people, should I get the Constructicons? Let me know. I'll go to the chat now. We'll see what we've got going on here. Oh, Jose, it is a beautiful place. If you're looking for old stuff that most people didn't buy, like you don't usually find really good stuff at Ollie's. But you do find discounts if you're, say, a completionist. Ollie's is a paradise, I would think. Anton, I went to Comic-Con this year and they had Marvel Legends figures there and they were loose and they were way overpriced. Oh no. That's too bad. But I mean, if they were way overpriced, I'm guessing people maybe didn't buy them unless they decided, oh, we already spent X amount to come to Comic Con. Guess we might as well spend a little more here. True, it has a chance to be decent. I hope it is. I do. Fantastic show. Huh. Anyone else pick up the Java or the Jada Toys? Bella Lugosi said it. Ross. I did not, but I've been curious about that. What do you think of it, Harry? Skeleton Crew figures, let's see, show as in stock on Hasbro Pulse. There you go. I don't tend to use Hasbro Pulse unless they have a Pulse exclusive that I want to check out. But if other people are into it, game on. Did anybody see the Eliza figure from Gargoyles? It looks really great, and she can be turned into a female gargoyle. Ooh, Elisa. It's Elisa, right? I keep forgetting how to pronounce it. I used to watch that show all the time, and I totally forgot how to pronounce that name. I have seen the figure, but I didn't know you could turn her into a gargoyle. Jose, did you watch the latest Captain America trailer where they show the Red Hulk? Jose, I did, and it was pretty good. I loved has everybody seen that trailer? And if so, what was your favorite part? I don't wanna say what mine is just yet. There was one part that I'm like, okay, that was cool. Let's see, tragic. I want that Warbird. I can use her legs on a G.I. Joe Jungle Scarlet Commando, or I can put them on Baroness. Oh, not bad. Transformers 1 failed from two sides. Trailer and previous movies from Michael Bay. Water has been contaminated. I fully agree with you on the Michael Bay part, for sure. If they had stopped at Dark of the Moon, I think they might have been okay. Transformers 1 biggest way to get the money back is toys and on demand. We'll see. Hopefully they can pull it off. Let's see what you think of the Call of Duty Commando spawn. I think he looks all right. He doesn't have extra hands, which is always, when it comes to guys. So if anybody hasn't seen these live streams in the past, the reason I love extra hands so much is how expressive they are and how much more you can do with them from a photography standpoint. So that's why I love extra hands. So when a character doesn't have extra hands, they're kind of just non-starters for me. In fact, I can't remember the last figure aside from some GI Joes that I had a while back that I have bought that didn't come with extra hands. Like that's become a prerequisite for me. Skew, let's see. I like the trailer for Cap. Red Hulk looks good. Yeah, I was pretty blown away by that. I even thought Thunderbolts trailer was fun. I'm still surprised they're putting the Mando versus Grogu movie in theaters. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, yeah, they are, and I'm just hoping it's good. I'm hoping it's well received. Ooh, Hulk versus the Red Hulk. That would be a heck of a surprise, wouldn't it? Based on the head sculpt for Red Hulk, I believe it's a previous figure from for Red Hood. I believe it's a previous figure from DC Direct. Got it, Ghost Tab. I appreciate it. See, not sure when, but they'll definitely do Hulk versus Red Hulk. They almost have to, don't they? Star, well, not really into superheroes, but I do admit that I pre-ordered the Amazing Yamaguchi Batman Beyond fig. He looks really good, and I do love Amazing Yamaguchi figs. Very good, Star. Very cool. Although I was trying to help you out by saying, no, 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 this one doesn't look like the one we grew up with, but it does look pretty good. Guys, it was awesome chatting. Stay safe. You too, Jose. Thank you for stopping in. All right. Ghost Tab, Constructicons is smaller than Warriors Unite, but matches the cartoon better. Yeah, I keep looking at them. Like I keep looking at these, and I keep looking at oh shoot, what's the video game that's been in development for like forever for Transformers? The Bumblebee that's studio series right now. I keep looking at him. Reactivate. That's it. Dave on Constructicons, are they in scale with your MDLX or even Yellow Park? Actually, I think, oh God, I hate saying actually when I'm talking toy stuff. Actually, but anyway, I think they are. Like the MDLX figures are about the same size. Like at least the Optimus Prime MDLX is about the same height as a lot of the Hasbro Optimus Primes that have come out recently, except for the most recent Prime. So maybe they'd work really well with that. And the YOLO Park, maybe they work well with that too. That's a good point, Skew Raider. Is Devastator too? I wish I knew. It does look glorious if some of the leaks that have come out are to be believed. Absolutely get the Constructicons. I remember buying the originals for Christmas. My grandmother got them for me. They were awesome. I played with them all the time, still have them. Nice and time. I think I had the original Devastator, like the Constructicons from way back, but they were always, I don't know if you guys remember, it was always hard to keep them together. Skew, Harry, thanks for the heads up on Bella. Still looking for Frankenberry. Oh my gosh, buttons. Buttons hate me. Tough call, Dave. Their quality is not what it used to be. Are you a serious fan of Constructicons? If so, then yes. If not, I'd say save your money for figs that are more must have. I know I keep hearing about the quality, and that's what's slowing me down. Like the quality of the plastic specifically. It sounds like the tolerances might be better than they used to be, but I'm just not sure. My favorite part of the new Cap trailer was them showing the Eternals hand in the ocean. Did I miss that? Did I seriously like I watched it, but I watched it all on my phone. Maybe I need to check it out again. Like the Cap trailer, loved the Thunderbolts trailer. I thought the Thunderbolts trailer was a lot of fun too. But there was just something. I've always loved Captain America. So I want to see that and I want it to be awesome. My favorite part on Cap trailer is the fly. Let's see, is the fly up with wings and shield and the Red Hulk Cap stare down. When he jumps up and cuts the car that the Red Hulk throws at him in half with his wings, I'm like, okay, all right, we got something. But that's still not my favorite part. See, Bucky is killing it in that trailer. Bucky is totally killing it in that trailer. And my favorite part of that trailer was when the new Cap, where, let's see, Falcon says, if you want me, come get me. Nice. Ghost to have Thunderbolts trailer still doesn't make me want to watch it. Too much Suicide Squad. We'll see. I did enjoy that they're in the Avengers Tower now, but that's just nostalgia bait. Jaded Dracula is a good 7.3 out of 10. That's pretty specific, Harry. Why is he a 7.3 instead of a 7.2 or a 7.4? Help me out. You can't just be throwing around decimals without giving me rationale. On the Cap Forward trailer, while Cap is flying, there's a giant hand in the ocean on the background. I'll have to check that. I'll have to rewatch it. Thank you, Ghost Tav. All right. How long until they have Hulk and Wolverine go at each other? Hopefully soon. It sounds like Deadpool and Wolverine might both be in a little more. So hopefully Ruffalo's Hulk can show up too. So my favorite part of the Cap trailer, before I totally lose it, is when he threw the shield at the missiles and it just like bounced around and took out the missiles. I'm like, okay. And I think I like that because it was something I wasn't expecting to happen. I'm like, okay, that's using that shield in a slightly different way. I thought that was really cool. I like both Suicide Squads, both flawed, but enjoyable. I vaguely remember them. Like I remember the Starro stuff and all that. My other favorite part when he, let's see, lands and says to wait for the sonic boom. That was pretty cool too. Just everybody gets wiped out. See, I'm in it for the leader. That's right, Sci-Fi George. I totally forgot about that. And thanks for stopping by. All right. Okay, so we've done this. We've looked at, well, this was just me asking you guys your thoughts on the Constructicons. But now we've looked at the Marvel Legends Dark Avengers Warbird. We've looked at Superman. We've looked at Shazam. We've looked at a little bit at the skeleton crew. Obviously, we looked at the big time dragon that's going to be, well, I'm going to just say ridiculous for photos. I mean, that thing's going to be incredible. He'll be one of those figures that you don't even need to light him nicely and he's going to look insane. So, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm not going to sugarcoat that part. There was there were two other figures, one of which we've talked about quite a bit that went up for pre-order. Let me find her if I can. I probably need to just go ahead and type the name, don't I? Oh, by the way, guys, check this out. So this Ken here, if you guys are insane like me and you want to get a lot of these Street Fighter Player 2 versions, he has been out of stock, then he comes back into stock, and then he goes out of stock. I don't know how long that's going to last. He is supposed to ship this month. So if you want him, head over to Entertainment Earth and grab him. I'm not sure that he's going to remain an Entertainment Earth exclusive. He might be released at other places. I just don't know. So when I'm like, oh, he's back in stock, that's when I pre-ordered him. So if you want, go for this Ken. I just think I am sick. I want all the Jada. And when I saw him back in stock, I'm like, yes, please. I will take that. But what I'm looking for here, I said newly added. Oh, no, I didn't do the newly added. This is my bad. One day I'll learn how to use the interwebs. Ooh, what's this? Hold on, hold on. Oh, man. Okay, never mind. I mean, they look really cool. Hang on, hang on. I just got totally thrown off by Beast Kingdom's penguin. Look at this thing. I wish Beast Kingdom were in scale with everything else that we talk about. Look at how good that penguin looks. That was not up when I was looking earlier. I wonder why they would put a penguin figure up right now. And Tom, will we get to see the leader? That would be really cool. In the middle of this fight with Captain America, the Hulk shows up. Marvel does tend to try and surprise us. And considering the leaders in there, I don't want to go too crazy with any kind of ideas, but it wouldn't, let's put it this way, it wouldn't surprise me. But even if it did throw, like, it would be awesome. It would be totally awesome if that happened. I miss looking forward to movies. You guys are making me envious. I'm looking forward to Godzilla -1 Part 2 and the Rohan films from Lord of the Rings lore. I still need to see Godzilla -1. I really want to check that out. I wish I'd checked that out in theaters. I have to really, really like a character to get multiple figs. Yep, yep. Yeah, that's me with Batman and Wolverine and apparently Spider-Man. I'm sick in the head. See, likeness is good. It isn't as good as NECA. Body is way more opposable than NECA Drac, but not as much detail. Wire soft goods cape. The box quality is great, and the figure presentation is crazy. Yeah, I'm curious. I want to check that out. The only reason I don't want to get the Universal monsters from NECA so much is because most of my collection's 1/12 scale. But on the other hand, I also want to start a NECA horror line. So we'll see what happens. Ghost Tab, good news. Beast Kingdom made a penguin figure. Bad news. Beast Kingdom made a penguin figure. That's fair. That's very fair. Can you imagine this thing in 1/12 scale from, well, somebody else? Godzilla -1 is my film of the year. Ah, yep, definitely need to check that out. Want 5K Toys, Gundam to make 1/12 Penguin. Colin Farrell definitive finale end scene figures. Somebody to nail it. Pop Market 2, maybe. They did Kingdom Come Soups and Shazam. Yep, I knew that just because of the last live stream. Yeah, that would be. They seem to nail that stuff. At least the comic looks. Star, agreed. Yeah, this thing's cool, but it's the wrong size. So we'll get out of here. Hopefully, some other people start to realize, hey, we've got a penguin sitting in the background that we haven't done anything with, and the penguin's super popular right now. Time to release a penguin. We waste the secret weapon. All right, hold on. Now the penguin's not showing up. I feel like I got hosed there. There we go. But he's got these little army penguin guys, which might be fun. Okay, here we go. I want to go to, like, we just passed one that I want to talk about, but here we go. All right. We've talked about Zelda here quite a bit from Tears of the Kingdom. And there's no product images. We've talked about her basically because it doesn't look like we're going to get much articulation out of her legs. And the pictures continue to make it look like we're not going to get much articulation out of her legs. So I just want to prepare people for that when it comes to the Tears of the Kingdom Zelda. She's going to be great. She's going to come with tons of stuff. I mean, you can see here that she comes with tons of stuff. And of course, many hands for much photogenicness. The problem is photogenicness. Well, the problem is I said photogenicness, but also the problem, as we've discussed several times in the past, she's got a serious case of no leg movement. You're just not going to get much out of that. So it would be good if we could, but I don't think that's going to happen. Like, let's try and look. You can basically make her look like she's walking and flying, or that looks more like falling, doesn't it? But yeah, I just don't think there's much you're going to be able to do with her legs. And I know we've talked about that a bunch, but this is just more stuff to kind of confirm it. But if you're really into Tears of the Kingdom, clearly you're going to have to pick her up. And then the last figure I had for photogenic figures, because there really wasn't much this week, is this one. I know nothing of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is, I guess, IP Masquerena? I don't know if IP is something that even counts or if it's just Masquerena, but I like the look, and it's Snail Shell. And I'm not sure that Snail Shell has ever done anything licensed. Do you guys know? Because they usually do, like, they're the ones that do the super crazy cool figures that are like, what was it, the Pumpkin Princess they just did recently, like just really cool off the wall stuff. I think, were they Bunny Girl Eileen too, or am I thinking a different company? Whatever I'm thinking here, I think this looks really good, and I'm just surprised that Snail Shell is doing an official release of something. But yeah, we've even got inline skates because rollerblades is a brand. This is me just being a total nerd right now. I do like that they did that. The way they do this, kids, is they put a tiny little LED here so it lights up her face just right. It's awesome when people are thinking like that. But yeah, I think she looks really cool. And again, this is another one of those figures that's going to look phenomenal if you're taking pictures of her, like if you like the figure enough to pick her up. Sorry, Godzilla Minus One is on Netflix now. Oh, okay. That might be the next thing I need to check out. Thank you, Star. I appreciate it. This is me just not paying attention to anything lately. Penguin Show was my pick of the year, better than X-Men 97, and I loved X-Men 97. Man, yeah, I have not heard anything bad about Penguin from anybody. I enjoy Godzilla's Monarch series, King Kong movies, watch them all. Great stuff. Ah, Skew, you and your kaiju. I can't hold it against you. I'm gonna definitely check out Godzilla Minus One, and I can't wait. Penguin looks really great. I love line where he says, or the line where he says, "You really don't think you wouldn't do you? Huh? You really don't think you wouldn't do you? Oh dear, Anton, if that came across right, I kind of want to see just the scene." Let's see. Ma! few. Oh yeah, and Goyles, girls in 30s gangster accent. Ah. See here, kids. See here, Goyles. Here's what we're gonna do. See, Felix Toys. They did the best Ledger Joker and the Watchman Rorschach. The Penguin would be. Oh, that's a good call, Harry. Oh, that's a very good call. Felix Toys could do everybody that's cloth goods. Okay. Mafex could do every line that could be officially licensed, and I'd be happy. But all the stuff that couldn't be officially licensed, Felix might be the way to go. Because people don't say bad things about anything they've done either. She's probably teary eyed since there's no Jada Edge Runners pre order. She'll survive, Stars. She'll be okay. But you're right. I do want June to come out and say, okay, guys, okay, I was a little wrong on the pre-orders. Here you go. Thanks. That's him. Totally agree. Fire. I like saying fire. Ooh, that hurt me to say, actually. I would rather that she would be wearing white gloves. Is she supposed to be wearing white gloves? Hold on. Let me go back, because one thing that I wish they did here with this snail shell figure is show her with all her. Okay, here we go. Hang on. Never mind. I was going to say show her with all of her accessories, but she's got all her accessories. See, that's so much stuff, though. And I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! You guys might know Yu-Gi-Oh! And be able to say, no, she looks way cooler with the white gloves, which it looks like you do believe that is the case. Oh, great. Googly moogly, your call on language day, but may I recommend watching in Japanese with English subtitles? You experience the actor's emotion that way, where with dub you lose it. I'm actually with you on that, Star. Usually when I watch something like that, like if I'm trying to check out a Japanese thing. So like I've talked about how the only Gundam I really like, I was blown away by the original 3 Gundam movies. And I just saw those. It was either earlier this year or last year. Blown away by those. And I'm not sure I would have been so blown away if I'd watched the English dub versus what I did, which is exactly what you're suggesting. I watched the Japanese version with the English subtitles instead. And I think that's what I do with Godzilla -1 as well. So don't worry, that's where I'm at. See, you really don't think you win, do you? What? Me? Is that more penguin? Let's see. I don't win on that. All right, hold on. Let's go. Let's look here. Yeah, I'm kind of excited that Snail Shell is doing something that's licensed. And it seems to be right in their wheelhouse. I mean, does that look like the character aside from, I mean, it seems to me nobody's sitting here saying, "Oh, that doesn't even look right." It seems that it probably looks right. There's just a preference to the white gloves. Is that right, Anton? And then what I'm going to do here, because we don't have too much else going on, like there really wasn't a lot this past week, guys. It was kind of sad. I wanted there to be more that we got to talk about. But here's what we're gonna do. What time is it? It is 8:24. I'm gonna go till 8:30 tonight. And you guys feel free to throw anything at me that I might have missed that's in like the 1/12, 1/10 scale range. And in the meantime, I'm going to shut down, well, not shut down, I'm going to stop the screen on her. And just because I love the looks of this thing, I'm going to go back and put this screen up here. Just because. Let's see. I meant Zelda. I'm sorry. You're okay, Anton. That was my bad. I should have asked to clarify. Don't worry about it. But the white gloves. I should probably go back and look at that. But now I'm on the dragon, and I want to check out the dragon a little bit more. Yeah, I think this thing's incredible. Like I can't even. I'll have to get online and look up. It sounds like I need to watch the trailer again so I can see the hand sticking out of the ocean in the Captain America trailer. It sounds like I need to look up everything else that was revealed from Mythic Legions. And it definitely sounds like I need to land on Netflix at some point in the next week so I can watch Godzilla Minus One. Because I have wanted to see that for quite some time. Because he's rad. Because he's Godzilla minus one. That made no sense, but I'm going with it. I am. Dragon was the big deal this week. Yep. In more ways than one. I shouldn't do that. Okay. Harry, so Dave, you buying the dragon or what? I don't think so, but it depends on what happens in the next couple months. He doesn't fit in with the rest of the collection, but he's one of those pieces that just looks so cool. It's hard to not want to add him, you know? Like there's nothing I have that would go with a giant dragon. There just isn't. But it looks so good. And it's not like I'd pick up the giant dragon and get a bunch of mythic legions. I'm more interested in their cosmic legions offerings. So the dragon still, even if I got into Four Horsemen stuff, still wouldn't fit in with anything. Uh, so tell me, guys, tell me, has everybody talked about what their most recent stuff is? Challenge today, fit in Dragon and Galactus one shots or a series. Oh man. You know what I want to do? I want to do like comic pages in the future. I think that would be a lot of fun to take pictures and have just like a scene. But can you imagine the space you would need to set up a scene of Galactus versus a dragon? That would be insane. Oh, does anyone else get nitpicky like I do? Those wings are far too small to give enough lift for a body of that mass. It's a toy dragon, Star. Lighten up. No, I get what you're saying. Here's the thing, though. You look at how these are bent, and it looks to me like if he stretched those wings out, like think of them as kind of being mashed together a little bit. If he stretched this out, we're looking at something that's way out here, I think. Like, yeah, I think it would be wider than he is long if you really were able to stretch these things out. I do understand what you're talking about with the nitpickiness, though. It's kind of like me with the hands. I'll watch Anthony's Customs and he'll say some proportion things that tend to not bother me too much. But dang it, because of him, I notice them now, and that annoys me. And I should have noticed them before. I went to art school and did a lot of life drawing. And for those who don't know, life drawing is straight up drawing naked people. So, like, I should know proportions. I should be able to just look at something automatically and be like, nah, never mind. That just doesn't look good. I'm glad I'm not that picky, though, because being that picky would really hose me with action figures. I wouldn't have anything to take photos of. Dave, nothing impresses your date more than a big ass dragon. That's fair. Especially one that breathes fire. Never mind. Never mind. Anton, call me crazy, but I really, really want to ride a dragon one day. Anton, you know, I've seen reports about Epic Universe. Are they doing How to Train Your Dragon? Because maybe there's a dragon ride there. But I'm not sure we're ever going to get a real dragon. That would be sweet, though. Not gonna lie on that. Pushing the buttons. Skew, Dragon sings the Honolulu Dragon song and hangs out with the Jada Scooby gang. Dragon will be high and float. That or fizzy lifting drinks. There you go. The dragon needs some Pellegrino to put out his fire breath. All right, guys, get a couple more here. One dragon was standing on a hill and saw a bunch of knights for I buy you know what he said? Canned food again. Oh boy. Let's see, one dragon was standing on a hill, saw a bunch of knights for let's see. Okay, all right. I got nothing. I got nothing, Anton. But that's the bad nerd shirt, or lack thereof. Anyways, folks, that's what I've got for tonight. So, as always, thank you very much for stopping by. This stuff's rad, and I love chatting it with you. So, we'll see what kind of craziness I can come up with Thursday or for Thursday. And until next time, have fun and happy snapping. See ya. Awkward.